I wonder if they heard that belch behind the music there. Welcome to Behind the Music. It's like underdubbing or overdubbing or something equally silly like that. Hi, it's later than usual here at the Troubadork Non-Commute Show. Had a thing I had to do, had work-related thing to do, so we kind of got pushed back a little bit. I want to thank my viewer for coming to view the show. There may be more than one viewer, but honestly, at this point, I have absolutely no idea how many people actually watch this thing, given any moments there. Hey, Amanda! Yeah, Well, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Yes, conditioning is a thing, and it's a thing that happens, apparently. So I am doing this later than usual because I had a day job thing, and consequently, I had to wait and put this off. And it was almost worth the effort because, wow. Just wow. Anyway. Real quick, today is I want to do a shout out on the thing because they may be watching. Who knows? I don't know. My friend Michael Van Slyke, who made this lovely implement, which you may have seen. Your secret is safe with me, Linda. In a few shows, and also me wandering around the fair, playing it before I really had any skill, talent, or songs to play. Mike Van Slyke made this. This is a cigar box ukulele. It is called Payback because that's what it says on it. And it was a true Renaissance fair kind of thing because I traded this to him in exchange for some time in a condo for a convention for him. So it all kind of turned out nice, I think. Yeah, let's use this one for this song. This will be a good song for this. So first of all, for Michael, when you see this, there we go. This is your, this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. That's it. Okay, we're done with that. Having gotten that out of the way, we will move to the first actual song in the show, because why not? This thing really does have an amazing tone. If you see me shambling about a festival with this thing strapped to my back, which I can now do because not only does it have a little knob on the end for me to put the strap into, I now have a knob on the back to put the strap into. And yes, the traditional, hey! For those of you who don't know, at Scarborough there is a tradition when there are people who have a birthday, and it's a tradition that was put together, I think, by Gananum, which is the Scarborough House Band, which I have either volunteered, voluntold, or was simply dragged by the back of the shirt into. And that is that when somebody has a birthday, the band gathers around them, like surrounding them, and go, this is your birthday song, it isn't very long. And then we all just scatter to the four winds. Scared my cat. And so there's also often a hey at the end, and then we just leave and just let them stand there and wonder what the hell just happened. Having gotten that out of the way, we can get into the actual thing. I digress. They're going to put that on my tombstone, but I digress, I swear. Let's do the song. This song was, in fact, written by myself and Chris of Gananum on the internets, because sometimes you just start something dumb and it just kind of carries on. And what Chris had done is he posted we're talking about somebody putting something on the fire, as there's an old country song called Put Another Log Upon the Fire. And my brain went, throw another Jawa on the fire. Because my brain just leapt to that one scene in Star Wars where they're taking all the dead Jawas and stacking them up into a startlingly small bonfire. Apparently, in The Mandalorian, Jawas get even weirder and scarier. So, setting Jawas on fire is not necessarily the worst thing you can possibly do in a situation like this. Me and Chris wrote these verses back and forth in a comment thread. I'm going to move just a little bit to one side so I get the whole implement in here. In the shot. There we go. And, we'll see how this goes. I've added a new verse or two. Rustle up some blue milk and some beans. Get them Dusk and Raiders single file, 'cause it's cold in Beggars Canyon, if you please. Send that whiny farm boy for the filters. Pack him in a speeder with the droids. Don't let him get tied up with that Kenobi, 'cause the Empire doesn't like them Jedi boys. Wookiee verse. Get that junky cargo ship to Bespin. Haggle with Calrissian and then fetch that whiny farm boy from the swamplands, 'cause that idiot Solo's in trouble again. Throw another Jedi in the Sarlacc. Steer the pleasure bar across the dunes. Grab another drink boat from the D2, and we'll party under Tatooine's 3 moons. Oh, put another Jawa on the fire. Everybody! Rustle up some blue milk and some beans. Get them Dusk and Raiders single file, 'cause it's cold in Beggars Canyon, if you please. There we go, and that's the kind of reactions I'm actually looking for right here. Abject terror and disbelief. Yeah. Did y'all like the Wookiee solo is the real question. And I gotta wait a moment after having asked this to check the comments, because we are on what is known as the 30-second delay here. Here at Facebook, at the Bookface, there's a 15-second delay when you live stream directly through Facebook. However, if you're live streaming through a service that then streams to multiple sites, including, in my case, YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, it's a 30-second delay. Yes, more Wookiee solos. Okay. This is a true story. I have, in the closet right over there, this big old goat hair coat. And it basically looks like I field stripped a Wookiee. You don't get to wear it very often in Texas because it doesn't get that dang cold that dang often. It gets cold in South Texas, not so much. North Texas, heck yeah, snow goes sideways. It's on its way through Amarillo to somewhere. And we dubbed that coat the Wookiee. And in Oregon, where you have many opportunities to wear something like that, because it is occasionally freaking cold, myself and several of my coworkers at Yahoo had a Wookiee commitment. Dare to be that dumb! Some people ask why. I ask, what the heck not? And it was a rule that there was a rule for a while that Matthew was not allowed to do any more Wookiee impressions. But I think this one qualifies as part of the song, so I get away with it. And we resolve on C. Hey guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Now that is the first song. Would you believe there's 3 more songs? If you've not been to this show, it tends to have about 4 songs unless we do the stupidly supersized. Yeah, not 10 continued. Yeah, it doesn't. Here in Texas, it gets cold, but it's like, it's like someone just nudged the thermostat like real hard, just bumped into one of those old style dial thermostats and goes all the way down to 50 and nobody notices until everybody's freezing and somebody comes over, stomps over and turns it back up. Like that. The next song is a original one, which I have not done for a while. I actually wrote it because I stage managed the Sherwood Forest Celtic Festival last year, and decided that if my knees were up to it, I was going to try to pitch my show for this year. That didn't happen. It's virtual, and I bear no ill will towards anyone. But I knew that I had to have at least one traditional Irish gibberish song. There are so few new traditional Irish gibberish songs. This one I wrote specifically to be a traditional Irish gibberish song. Irish tunes tend to start in D or in a key other than D. Wow, that's specific. Honestly, there are times when I cannot believe I do what I do. I wanted to write an Irish song, a ballad of the bard. I'd never had the like before, but it couldn't be that hard. I'll sing some of the melody and sing sweet as the birds. But I was drunk when I wrote this and I can't read the words. Fiddly-eye-tie-tie, fiddly-eye-tie-tie, or something of that line. We'll make it up as we go along, it'll all work out just fine. It's pretty. Now Irish music is a joy, a wonder of the age, and I wanted to cash in and make some money off this rage. I wrote some lovely verses, boys, 'twas harder than you think. Then I spilled my beer all over the page and it smudged all the ink. Toora-loora, fiddly-ay, or some other nonsense words. Well, just sing it really lively, that'll satisfy those nerds. Yeah. Purdy. I wrote my stories and took 'em out to a lovely Irish jam. Just sitting with those lovely folks made me happy as a clam. I played and laughed and clapped and drank, we merrily rolled along. But I drank too much before my turn and slurred all of my songs. No, don't arrest me, officer, I'll go home peacefully. It's traditional Irish, it had to be drunk. I was ready for the big time and I went to an event. I wasn't there but half an hour and me money was all spent. I got a slot up on the stage, 'twas feeling mighty proud. But no one could hear the songs I did, they were all too feckin' loud. Is this mic on? Lura fiddly ory foidy fiddly. No one really knows what we're talking about, and it's all quite okay. I'm not sure if you could actually hear the song falling apart as I was performing it, but the song was falling apart as I was performing it. That's because this one doesn't have all the chords put into it. As we know, I don't know if that was actually an Irish accent or if it was a North Country, we just got off work at the sewage farm accent. It's not the traditional Scarborough accent, I know that. So just give me some slack as people who have to say, "Oh, hey, me, Jade." That's a Scarby joke. Don't worry about it if you don't get it. It's all right. We're just all being weird. The next song. The absurdity of my position is not lost upon me. And look at me for God's sakes. This is some idiot with a ukulele and a microphone and a camera performing goofy songs to people out there who would, otherwise be way too busy with their own stuff at fair to deal with me. So I'm kind of feeling happy about that. So the next one this is literally the first song, one of the first songs I ever wrote. And it was actually written and inspired, as many things are, by the internet. Specifically, I think it was a Discord channel, or it was a muck or a mud or a mush. And it's my friend Claire. Hi, Claire. One day you will see this, and you will see me saying, "Hi, Claire," and you'll go, "Oh, yeah, I know that idiot." And we got into a conversation about Buckminster Fuller and geodesic domes. And for those of you who have encountered me in the wild, you know what happens when an idea wanders into my head and get stuck on something. It's that little lever, and then the machine just goes... And then I got a song. So this is really somewhere in mid-70s, or possibly Pearl Jam pretending to be mid-70s. That area. You'll understand more when I actually do it. Oh yeah, the chords. I know the chords. Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. The only place that I can call home is my Geodesic Dome. Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. Made out of nifty extruded foam, it's my Geodesic Dome. I got a domicile made of hexagonal tiles. The moat's filled with crocodiles, but don't worry, they're inflatable. Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. The song I want gets sung by Joey Fatone. It's my Geodesic Dome. I own the rights, haha. Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. I don't know what I was gonna sing, I'll leave it alone. It's my Geodesic Dome. Yeah, Geodesic Dome, Geodesic Dome, Geodesic Dome, Geodesic. Kinda hard to do harmony when you're all alone. It's my Geodesic Dome, and it messes up with strumming too. Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. Without the music, this would be a poem. It's my Geodesic Dome. Everybody! Geodesic Dome, it's my Geodesic Dome. I've run out of verses, so let's take it home with my Geodesic Dome. Literally, that's one of the songs I could just continue to make up verses for until the prisoner confesses. And Rick, who is part of the small persecuted minority on Facebook whose comments don't make it to the screen here for some reason, says, yes, then Amy has to reel you in. Amy does have to occasionally reel me in. She is my sanity check. In case you've ever heard the gag about how I am kind of a comedy, I kind of like throw myself off cliffs. And I've often asked the people around me, why do you follow me off the comedy cliff? It's because it's a fun cliff. You don't realize I got a bungee cord attached to my leg. Also, I think there's a bouncy castle down at the bottom. There usually is, but that's good and reassuring because I'm good at being wholesome. I've discovered I'm happier being wholesome than I was ever at being edgy. A Heathcliff. Oh, that was awful, McSmiley. McSmiley is Rick because we've discovered that sometimes he has to go and if he wants to heckle me, he has to go to Twitch to heckle me. If he just wants to sit there and be amused by me, he can just stay on Facebook. Wow. This has been a good one so far. Now, there was actually a thought process that went into putting together the set list today. I have to think about the set list a lot. I did do like 2 weeks where I just completely randomized the list and just picked 4. I just randomized all the songs and picked groups of 4 and did them in that group. This one, we started with Womp Hoedown, which is a big nerd Star Trek song. We went to Irish Gibberish, which is a big festival song. We did Geodesic Dome, which is another nerd song, just a different kind of nerdity. And the big thing about it is all of these nerds have conventions, and if you're going to make a Geodesic Dome to perform Irish Gibberish and Star Trek folk songs in it, you have to cover that dome with something to at least block out some of the sun and maybe protect you from part of the rain, and for that you need BURLAP. Ha! I went there. That's right. Welcome to my thought process, gang. This is the song BURLAP, Long May the Burlap Wave, as performed by the world-famous Poxy Boggards. I have their permission to perform this song, which is good, because I'm not selling it. This is a challenging song for me because it makes Star Trek songs, they're coming. I'm only one man. is that it makes use of the B minor chord, which, in case you're wondering, is where you put one finger across everything on the 2nd fret, but then you put your ring finger 2 frets down on the lowest string. So you get, which sounds great. However, transitioning from the D chord to the B minor chord is weird. And especially if you have to go anywhere else. Usually when you play the ukulele, you wind up with it kind of tucked in the crook of so your thumb is sticking out this side. So I can play a D chord. Now the B minor chord, I gotta get up and over and around and not hit any of these strings with this finger. So I have to put my thumb on the back of the neck. And if I'm not careful, I will push so hard with this bracing in what is otherwise good classical guitar positioning, I will sprain my thumb. You think I'm kidding? I legitimately sprained this thumb the first year I took this instrument out to a festival and did strolling with it. I still have the brace for it, as a matter of fact. It was the second dumbest injury I've ever done. The first dumbest injury is when I broke my nose house cleaning. That's a story for another time. So let's see if I can pull this trick off. So you will probably watch this hand flail a bit as I try to get these chords proper. Because I want to do this right because I like the Boggards, and most of them seem to tolerate my presence. Long may the burlap wave, it protects us again from the sun and the rain. The road into heaven is paved with burlap both coarse and fine. It covers our heads and linens our beds, much stronger than lace and much softer than twine. Majestic and proud, it doth dance in the air. Our great silver pack. Let's try that again. That was a real boating accident. You know what? I'm actually going to change instruments. I can do that, and I have slightly less bad luck with this neck because this neck is actually slightly thinner. I can do that. It's my show. Yeah, all right. Yeah, here we go. Long may the burlap wave, it protects us again from the sun and the rain. The road into heaven is paved, don't go so hard, with burlap both coarse and fine. It covers our heads and linens our beds, much stronger than lace and much softer than twine. Majestic and proud, it doth dance in the air. Our great Savior burlap, that ne'er leaves us bare, with colors both bold and pure. It blocks out the sun when it is well hung, and none shall escape its lure. For men sail across the sea, we fight mighty wars, sell our daughters for whores, to be under its cover like me. Majestic and proud, our burlap doth wave, and when I am dead, hang an old sackcloth upon my poor grave. Just fly, fly in the sky, a material imperial. Long may the burlap wave, long may the burlap wave. You know, it's a good lyric. It is. I don't really feel I do the song justice, and part of that is because the Poxy Boggards are like an 8 to 12 guy male singing group, backed up by a really cheap bouzouki, and I'm an idiot with a ukulele. And I kind of feel like, since this is a later show, I feel like I kind of need to do maybe one more song. What do you think, guys? Think I should do one more song? I kind of feel like I should do one more song. I should do one more song. What am I gonna do? I could do a song that I did before, but which one? Checking my notes here to see if See if I would run into a problem with this. Well, yeah, this is Wednesday, so I did this song last week. But I didn't do it this week. And while I often... That's right, I am actually trying to get people to tell me to do an encore. God, I'm transparent. But I also have to wait 30 seconds for y'all to actually see me ask for that before I see the comments over here. Welcome to my world. You know, I am going to do one more. And I think what I'm going to do is... Yeah, this will be a good rolling song. It's a good song. It's got a good roll to it. I'm looking down to see where I did it. Okay, so it was probably song 10 from that. I still have all my old scenes here. Let's see what we got. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I like this song. I'm becoming more fond of this song than I am of Cheesehenge, and I'm not sure why, but I think it's just because this is just easier. It's a fun song to play, and it's a ridiculous concept, and it's based off of a really, really cute cartoon, which is right over here, on this side over here. See that? That's from Cat's Cafe. You can find them on Facebook and on Tumblr and stuff. This is also very much a mid to late 70s kind of song. So let's put on the rock star glasses here. That's right, costume. Now I can't see a damn thing. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. From the depths of the sea to the city downtown, Kaiju gotta get up and start roaming around. But that decades-long slumber is real hard to shake off. For what they need is a gallon of that bubbly black stuff. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. Just because you're a giant don't mean that you don't have needs. Sometimes some liquid ambition helps you perform great deeds. You gotta level the city first thing in the AM. You need a tank-sized latte, get you going again. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. Giant robots need fuel, and man, a kaiju does too. You gotta have a big jolt from 10 gallons of brew. Kaiju cannot breathe fire if the stove isn't lit. Shut down a macchiato, and that flame will not quit. Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju coffee helps them not fall asleep. Kaiju Pyro Blackout, thank you for coming. Yeah, okay. You know, a lot of this process really is me literally throwing things at the wall and seeing if they stick. And a lot of that process is what y'all respond to. And what I really like, there are some songs that are just more satisfying to do. Some of these songs I write because I feel like I have to, like I'm obligated to it. Yes, the colors being weird, the white balance is being a little wacky with the... I'm getting a light, I really am. Rick, I promise you, McSmiley, I've got a light coming. It'll probably be in like Thursday after I finish with the show. And then the songs that I do are all, you know, the ones that are the most fun are the ones that are the most fun for me, and thus hopefully the most fun for y'all. Kaiju Coffee is a good one. And Amanda, I entirely back you on that plan. I am more than happy. I'm available for radio ads, bar mitzvahs, and smokers. So, and so we come staggering again up to the bar in that hidden, slightly dubious, but comfy speakeasy known as the Troubadork Non-Commute Show. I thought I killed the white balance. I'm going to have to do that again. You know, McSmiley, I may have to just keep doing that until we get it. Yes, yeah, I can see it flapping back and forth here. Look at this. Live tech support as we speak right here on the Troubadork show. Yeah. You know, I turned it off, and I turned it off on the other thing, too. And it just didn't... It keeps doing it. I have to just... There's more pre-production involved than we really want, but that's okay. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me once again on this preposterously unprofessional live streaming musical thing. And I gotta tell you right now that if we actually manage to get this to a festival, fair, event, convention, or other thing near you, it's gonna have every bit of the unprofessionalness and wackiness that you have come to expect. Hopefully, by the time that certain conventions roll around again, I might be able to do this song, particularly this one, and I'm Dating a Werewolf, I really want to do at Texas Furry Fiesta because they're topical. But I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all have been wonderful, as always. I mean, I love the fact that y'all all chose to come here and put some of your time away to listen to this idiot over here. Unless you flip to a non-webcam. Well, that's interesting. Well, we'll see what we can do with that. I have no idea where we're going. Eventually, maybe. But in order to do that, I have to raise money. In order to raise money, I have to be mercenary. And in order to be mercenary, I got to slide over to this side and push this button over here, which says, hey, if you want to donate some money to the tip jar, if you have disposable income and low standards or know someone who does, point them at PayPal.com/theadequate, or for the you hip kids, Venmo at the adequate. That's right, I have a Venmo. The Venmo is where I actually got the money that I got for writing Socially Emotionally Distant, which I talked about on Monday. It's a really bizarre story, and I'm actually getting a ukulele out of that. So, all right. I want to thank Eric and Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda for tossing a couple of bucks my way. I appreciate that greatly. For those of you who want to commit to supporting adequacy in our lifetime on a more long-term basis, I would direct you to patreon.com/theadequate, which is where you say, hey, I'm going to throw $1 or $2 his way every month. And it's just automatically taken out. And there's a lot of different levels, from the $1 supporter of adequacy all the way up to the $10 executive co-producer of adequacy levels. And at various levels, you get previews of songs at all levels. You get some backstage stuff. You get to see what my command center looks like. It is because of these people here, I got to point at the right place, here, that I actually have like a good webcam, and I have this funky little stream deck, which allows me to push buttons and cause things to change. Ooh, it's shiny. I have ukulele strings, tuners, batteries for tuners, because the tuners are always eaten by the legendary tuner Cabra. And I want to thank Linda and Ann and Stephen. Well, Linda and Ann and Stefan and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene for all helping me out. By the way, the $2 a month level is also known as the world's cheapest advertising budget. You see this thing that's scrolling past me right here? This right here from Paper Angel Press is one of my $2 a month Patreon patrons. So if you have if you've committed $2 a month and you have a product, a service, a website, or that you want to promote, let me know. I'll put that stuff down here. I'm not proud. I will do it. Don't think I won't. Patreon.com/theadequate. The archives, ow my eye. The archives are all over here at Facebook.com and Twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate, the Tobias the Adequate fan page on Facebook. Twitch keeps 2 weeks of shows up. Facebook has all of them. You just got to scroll through all the rest of the garbage. YouTube.com/MPLEGARE, which is the YouTube page, and there is a Troubadork playlist, which has been edited thanks to my friend Chaos, who will eventually see this. Hi, Chaos! Thank you for showing me where I screwed up on the stuff. I've fixed it, I'm pretty sure. So that's where all that is, and this has been a very special episode of Blossom. No, this has been a very special, later than usual, longer than usual, sillier than usual, with a broader audience than usual for the first production and broadcast Troubadork Non-Commute Show. We will be back to our regular time of 4:30 Central tomorrow, and that's the Thursday show, and we'll wrap up after that for the week. I'm actually taking Friday off and Monday off, and I'm going to try very hard to do a Monday show, because I forgot to do that on Labor Day, because I was in the I'm not working mode, and I didn't have a commute. That's okay. We'll figure it out one way or the other. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate this a great deal. Tell your friends, keep circulating the tapes. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Support your local nerd shops, nerd hangouts when you can. That's your craft stores, your game stores, your comic book shops. Carpe Diem Comics is, of course, the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate. Don't give in to despair. Despair sucks. I tried it. It was exhausting. That's part of why I do this. I am a big goofball with a couple of songs and some musical implements and enough technology to throw this information out into the world, and hopefully it helps to brighten your day a little bit. So y'all have been wonderful. I've been Tobias the Adequate, and I'll see y'all next time. You take care now. I'll see you later.